think I fully regret buying a house now. Like, it's not the worst choice I ever made, but it's so expensive. But at the same time, it's exactly what rent would be costing me anyways. I'm almost an hour away from where I want to be and almost an hour away from work. It's a lot of upkeep, a lot of maintenance. I feel like the housing market could crash at any minute, and interest rates were high when I bought it, and so were prices. I rationalized it by telling myself, well, it's the same amount as rent and I should get something back out of it at the end of the day. Which honestly at this point might not even be true. And I'm far away from everything and I have an hour-long commute and I'm tired and I'm in a 3-bedroom house and I live alone. I'm very thankful that I'm able to do this. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if it was the right choice and I'm stressing over it right now. And I've only been here for like 8 months. I don't know what to do.
But 100%, home ownership is not what I expected it to be. Honestly, if I had my time back, I would never in a million years have bought a condo. I regret it so much. It's one of the biggest regrets of my life. Renting, you have that like stress-free, no worry in the world. If something in my condo breaks, it's my responsibility to fix that issue. If I'm renting, I just call up my property manager, landlord, whoever, and just say, hey, this is broken, this appliance isn't working. It's their responsibility to send somebody in and fix that ASAP. When you're a homeowner, you're the one that has to do the research on finding someone to come in. You're the one that has to take the time and make sure everything's working smoothly. It's such a headache. I'll give you an example. Today, I had the unit below my condo say that they have a leak in their washroom. It's my responsibility to call a plumber, contact the property manager, and make sure it's fixed. And when you're a renter, that's not my problem. Like, my landlord will fix that problem. I'm paying rent and that's a wrap. That's where my responsibility finishes. If I could turn back time, I would never have bought. I would have just stayed a renter. And honestly, the extra money that I would have had, I don't have to pay property taxes, I don't have to pay for repairs. Extra money, I would have poured it into investments.
I heard you were thinking about buying a house. I'm here to tell you not to. Don't do it. Don't do it, bitch. Let me tell you exactly why. Last night, I'm in my laundry room, minding my business, doing my laundry, trying to be a housewife. I actually wasn't, because I wasn't even doing his laundry. I was doing mine. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. I'm walking on the ground. I'm like, why does it feel... I'm hearing this squish sound. This squish. It kept going... shh, shh. I was like, it sounds like water's under the floor. When I moved into my condo, there was already this little hump in the wood on the floor by the AC unit that is in a closet. And I was just like, oh, like, the floors are where they are. Like, I'm assuming because I bought my home fully renovated that it comes with the house. This is with the territory. This is what it is. The floor is a little wonky. That was in 2022. I go about my business as usual with my little warped floor. Charm. It's charming. It's charming to have a little bump in the floor, a little imperfection in the home. No. Apparently, my AC unit has been sweating and collecting water that has leaked under the unit, into the ground, into the floor. And I've noticed over the past month that little hump has become a big hump and that the floor has become a little more warped than usual.
This is the story that so many Americans have not been told about home ownership, guys. We've seen so many people go in and say, oh, buy a home. And real estate is the way to get millions of dollars, even become financially free and become wealthy within America. And by all means, you can become very, very wealthy within America. But so many people fall for the trap of buying a home, especially in today's economy, buying a home within today's market conditions, considering that we are in the height of the real estate market that we have seen in such a long time, as well as interest rates being through the roof. On top of that, you have horrible builders right now who are speeding through so many projects. Hence what she is dealing with right now. I assume maybe she's not in new construction. She did say she got a newly renovated home, but she didn't necessarily say new construction. But so many people are finding out exactly what their home purchase has been. And she's specifically saying that home ownership is a scam. And by all means, I believe buying a home and paying out that home by the time you retire is very essential. However, it is not necessary for most people in their lives. And it's very important that you do your research before you go out here and buy a home. But she got more information in here. It's going to blow your mind because it absolutely gets worse from here.
Listen, I'm just a girl. So yes, I can admit that I ignored things. If you know me by now, then you know that I have dealt with a lot of issues with my home since I moved in. I have a psychotic upstairs neighbor who has flooded my house now twice. 2 times in 3 months that I was first living here. First, he flooded my guest bathroom, then he flooded my primary bathroom, and I have had to spend thousands of dollars because insurance didn't cover it to fix water damage in my home.
Maybe she's in a townhome. She's in a townhome.
So anything having to do with water in this home,
condo,
I have very, very understandable PTSD. Like, I don't want to deal with any further issue from this home, period. Fast forward to last night, I'm walking on the floor and I hear squish, squish. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I do a little lean to my left foot. Water coming out the side plank of the wood into my guest bathroom.
Yep, and this is the story, guys. This is a long video. She's bringing out all of her experiences in terms of a maintenance perspective, but there's many other perspectives as well because so many people are dealing with this and people are getting these homes. People are making money and they're getting all this equity and, they're dealing with, all right, I'm fed up with the maintenance. I'm fed up with losing money. I'm fed up with all the expenses that it costs for me to own my home. But they just cannot sell their homes.
Oh, the boomers are finding out finally. The boomers and silent generation sold out millennials and Gen Z, and now they're finding out that wasn't a good thing. With most of their net worth being tied up in home equity and them owning 70% of the home equity in the United States. But there's a problem, boomers. You can't sell your homes. There's a 500,000 difference between available homes and available buyers. The largest difference in U.S. history. And see, boomers, you thought you were just selling Gen Z and millennials up the river, calling us lazy, saying we just needed 5, 6, 7 jobs to get by. All while you got to enjoy a lifestyle in America that nobody else will because you voted it away for us. And it's nice to see at least you guys are finally paying a price too. You got to live a comfy life, but retirement and nursing home ain't gonna be so much fun, is it?
Well, the average age of the first-time home buyer within America is 40 years old. So when you add 40 years old and you just do raw math amounts, how many people are really ready right now at 40 years old within America, it's not really, and it's really scary if once you think about the people that are coming and headed up to 40 years old, especially you talking about your new college graduates, your people who are already in their roles, people who have been getting laid off within today's job market. You add all these different factors in this whole economy, and then this is where you get the absolute recipe for a disaster because many people are not even looking at buying a home right now. As a matter of fact, many people have given up on the American dream of owning a home and having this picket fence. Most people just want to have, be debt free and be able to live comfortably and not be paycheck to paycheck within their lives. Now, by all means, some people have very, very insane spending habits, but on the grand scheme of things, most people can't even afford to even think about looking at buying a home within this year alone. That's just the reality of it.
I've had this house on the market almost 6 months and just haven't been able to sell it. Started at $390 and went down to $350. This house is in one of the better communities in our area, and just shocked that I have not been able to sell it. So we did not finish the basement when we did the rehab because of the stairs going into the basement. However, I pulled it off the market the last couple weeks and we're going to go ahead and refinish it. It's going to be a narrow stairwell going into that area, but I think it's probably my best move. So pull it off the market, put an additional 10 grand into it, and then probably going to come back listing it at 370. So I'm I'll let you guys see what we're doing down in the basement.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing like a house renovation, like flip sort of deal here. I mean, I'm not like, a real estate expert or whatever the case is, but I mean, I don't know. People say buy real estate, people say buy homes, people say invest and all these different things. Right now is not the time. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's what I've already come to the conclusion many different times during this entire market, because it continues to get worse. I keep seeing so many homes being listed on the market, sitting for months at a time. So many people are falling for the trap and getting in upside down loans. Hey, you even got 50-year mortgages right now. Guys, 50-year mortgages. People are excited and happy to line up and get 50-year more. Like, I can't make this up, y'all. I cannot make this up. This is the market right now as we speak. It gets worse though, guys. I'm telling you, I don't even think we've seen the bottom of it. I think we're going to see a massive crash here very, very soon. I could be completely wrong. And I'm not saying that real estate is not profitable. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. But you have to take the time to do your research. You have to take the time to look at certain areas, certain builders, and understand exactly what kind of deal you are getting into, because so many people are finding out and they're losing thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in certain real estate deals within America today. It is insane, but I'm telling you, I think personally, it's only going to get worse from here.